Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Midnight Coffee Shop. I am your host, AJ, and it's not a lot of news, just a few updates on the LCS situation. Just talking about what has happened with Twitch and their backpedal on the rollout that they had, and I just want to talk about movie and a couple of anime releases. But first, as always, as my two co-hosts.
Cole?
Devontae. It's
Yes.
me.
Yes. Yeah, the LCS situation is probably over. The strike. Double Lift put out a video, a very prominent figure in the LCS, one of the figureheads who's been there for since its start, 12, 13 years or something. He's been absent for a season or two at different times for different reasons, but he's on 100 Thieves right now, and probably about a week after the situation, he put out a video saying, going through all the LCS's, the LCSPA, the Players Association's demands, basically saying, I don't agree with any of these. These demands are outlandish, and if it comes to playing or not playing, I'm playing. And him being a prominent figure, being a figurehead, and saying that just kind of dashes all the negotiating power and the chances that the LCSPA really has. So that's probably over. Both fortunately and unfortunately. I want to see them play, but at the same time, I do want to stand beside them.
Mm-hmm.
Figuratively, I want to support them.
Yeah.
But moving on from that, Twitch yesterday put out some information about branded content deals and stuff like that. And I don't remember a lot of their stuff exactly, but it cracked down on creators doing branded deals. You can't have burned in ads into your stream, which is you're going through your stream and you play a mid-roll that's not from Twitch, essentially. Play an ad that's not from Twitch's ads.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't have logos and banners and stuff like that take up more than 3% of your screen for ads. It's such a weird ass specific number.
No, not only that, isn't this what is it? This isn't the first time that Twitch has put out some set of rules that made everyone on the platform sit there and go, how out of touch are you? Or do you not realize what's going on here?
It's been done a couple of times.
Yeah.
And people were threatening to leave. Some still might leave, but
her Facebook's
looking to scoop Kick, Rumble, YouTube.
Kick?
Yeah. You haven't heard about Kick?
As a messaging platform?
No, different Kick.
Oh, okay.
This one is spelled the actual action of kicking.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
It was done by Trainwreck, a former Twitch streamer. But it's a platform made by Trainwreck and others, streaming platform that is more for the creator. It's a very weird side of it though, because there's no censorship at all, to the point where you could go on a Kick stream and see people fucking straight up.
So it's just a streaming where you can do whatever.
Yeah, but here's the kicker to it. Unintentional, but I had to.
God, we gotta kick him off. All right, we can't do the podcast.
Oh, you gotta kick me off?
Shut the hell
up. But here's the big thing to it, is their sub revenue. So Twitch has, I don't even think they have a 50-50 anymore. More money goes to Twitch. Sub, I think. I don't remember the exact number, so don't quote me on it. When it comes to Kick, though, it's 90% to the streamer, 10% to Kick, or something like that. It's a very small amount to the platform itself.
Seems like it should be. Seems like that's a flaw, like a business design flaw right there. Marketing.
Probably
League of
is.
Legends is free.
Mm,
But Kick's not necessarily done by businessmen. I don't want to sit there and call Trainwreck's like not a businessman,
yeah.
but it's a lot less corporate than something like Twitch or YouTube or Facebook is. Obviously done or obviously shown by the lack of censorship on the streams. But that's about all I want to talk with. There's some other drama happening that I don't want to talk about just because it's whack. It's very stupid to the point where someone's asking for a reporter to be killed for some reason. So that's all I'm going to touch on. Moving on from that, there's a couple of there's like one good movie release that I really want to talk about that's coming out this month, and that's the new Transformers movie. That shit looks gas. That shit looks gas.
Michael Bay.
I don't know. I don't remember who directs this one.
Michael Bay.
I don't remember who directs this one.
Transformers should have been done a long time ago.
It should have. But let me tell you
They
what,
should
I'll
just
still
stop.
watch all of them. I
One
don't
word.
give a fuck.
Explosions.
This is
They got-
they're animal Transformers.
They got a robot gorilla.
Oh,
I'm gonna watch that shit. I'm gonna watch that
I can't, man.
Oh,
shit. Going to the movies.
no way.
Disrespectful. I can't spend the money on bigger
Who
movies.
disrespectful?
I'll wait till
It's
it comes
giant
out.
robots fighting. I'm gonna watch that.
I'm gonna watch that. Hey, I went and saw Cocaine Bear. I don't think I can say much.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Don't worry, I went and saw Happy Death Day too.
I've watched the entire series of Twilight.
See, I've never been that down
I've seen
bad.
one of those ones.
I've never been that down bad. I was down bad enough to watch the full Harry Potter series though.
Oh, whoa. That's different. Okay, that's amazing,
They were meh.
bro. Man, Prisoner of
bad.
Azkaban,
They were
That was the best one.
best book and best movie.
Never liked the books.
Basically, Prisoner of Azkaban, Half-Blood Prince. Everything else is just kind of mid.
Anyways, that's coming out this month. Spider-Verse obviously already came out. Came out a couple of days ago at this point, I think. These two haven't seen it. I have. Very good movie. If you haven't seen it and you're watching this now, go watch it.
Sponsor us, please.
Please.
Oh, hold on, wait. What's your spider sona?
My Spider Shona?
Well,
I don't know.
Put him on
I
the
don't
spot.
think- I don't think that deep into it.
he's a Black Widow because he's a woman.
Yeah. Spider-Punk.
You
Best
gotta
pick.
choose your original.
It's the best. It doesn't matter.
Mine's
I don't
a,
believe in consistency.
mine's a spider nonconformist.
Spider-Punk.
It just goes, oh.
No,
No,
it's
no,
Spider-Punk.
no.
The Spider Emo.
Mhm.
Anyways,
Spider.
very, very good movie. Very gas. Can't wait for the next one.
I'd be the Robot Spider.
We got a couple of them.
I'd be that.
Yeah, you're not original.
Dang.
Yeah, neither is Multiverse. How original is that?
But it's not the multiverse. It's the,
whole-
Spider-Verse. It's the Spider-Verse, Cole.
Yeah.
Actually, the Spider-Verse like comic stories are pretty gas too. They're not following the same one from the comics, but the comic one is so cool. It's about these guys called the Inheritors that are hunting down Spider People. The Spider People are constant across all the multiverses. So they're hunting down all the Spider People that they can, and they're devouring their souls because of how the Spider-Verse is connected. It makes just like, I don't know, it makes their souls really powerful, essentially. So these people called the Inheritors, they're like immortal vampire multiverse hopping creatures. They're just going through every universe, just finding whatever spider person they can, sucking the soul out of them and killing them. So the whole reason the Spider-Verse comes together is they're all jumping in between these dimensions, trying to get to each other, to save each other, to try to fight the inheritors.
Yeah, there's just one thing though. I just don't see the downside. Sucking my soul and I die? I mean, that's a win-win for me.
But with great power comes great responsibility, Devontae. So I gotta save the universe.
You gotta save this man from getting his soul sucked.
Exactly.
Oh.
Spider people don't like that.
Whew. But yeah, that sounds pretty cool though.
Comics, I really want to read the Spider comics, like, because I've only seen like synopsis videos for it. Would love to actually get my hands on a comic. I want the Spider Noir collection, because they've got a collection set of every comic Spider-Man Noir has been in, and I want that so bad because the character's so good. Not only in Spider-Verse, just in general. He's such a cool character.
Well, we were actually, funny enough, we were talking about that apparently Penny Parker, the girl with the spider robot in Spider-Verse, she's actually, her universe is stylized off of, or no, actually.
It's the Evangelion universe. It's just, you've never seen Evangelion, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, her universe is the Evangelion universe, but she is not in the Evangelion universe, if that makes sense.
Okay.
In Evangelion canon, Penny Parker does not exist. But in Penny Parker canon, she takes place during Evangelion.
Mm.
It's such a weird, like, cross.
Wording, yeah.
But the whole reason that happened is because, or a baseline of why that happened. My Chemical Romance frontman Gerard Way makes comics. Some of the bigger comics he's done are the Umbrella Academy, which got adapted into 3 seasons of a Netflix show.
Yeah, we watched a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really big comics. And he also did the Penny Parker comics. And he was a really big fan of Evangelion. So what best way to do a mech Spider-Man comic than to just put it into Evangelion? He doesn't replace any characters really. He just kind of moves the characters aside and just puts Penny Parker in the front position.
Mm.
Which is, I mean, it was a really good way to adapt it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't take Shinji out. He didn't take Rei out. He didn't take Asuka out. He just said, this is where the spotlight is. It was a really cool way of doing it.
Yeah. For sure.
Miguel O'Hara is also badass. Such a cool, Spider-Man concept. Banger.
There are questions I want to ask, but I just don't. I want to go with it fresh.
I want to say ask them, and I can avoid spoilers.
So from what I can gather from the trailer, Spider-Man 2099 is the antagonist?
Yes, he's one of 2.
One of 2. Okay. All right. Well,
the other one's also been shown in trailers. I mean,
all right. I just know about him, so we're gonna keep that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what's his superpower? I can't remember. It's super speed.
No, he's got the same powers as most of the Spider people: wall climbing, webs. Enhanced strength and agility and speed. But he's also got an extra power. I think he sometimes gets mistaken as a vampire on his homeworld because he's got fangs. Because his whole thing was, instead of being bit by a spider, his DNA was merged with the spider's DNA.
Oh.
So he's got fangs that when he bites people, it paralyzes them.
Huh. Actually.
That's Miguel O'Hara's whole shtick.
Huh. Actually, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I know. All I thought was he had super what is that? So you have regular reflexes of the spider people with using spider sense, and his are accelerated. It's he can move faster. He can basically super charge himself. Something along that line.
But yeah, that's all I want to talk about from movies, and then There's a couple of anime coming out. I don't know if it's movies or seasons or what. There's 2 Sailor Moon things coming out. It's like Sailor Moon Cosmos, and it's part 1 and 2. And then there was I think there's a Black Clover movie coming out.
Watch Black Clover.
I don't know about Black Clover.
Black Clover, it's not terrible.
But, what is it? Sailor Moon? You guys remember also Blast from the Past? Star Guardian?
Yeah.
Or was it the PvE?
Dude,
PvE.
I miss all the PvE events from League.
I'm still waiting for them to bring back Nexus Blitz.
I'm waiting for them to bring back anything besides Earth.
Yeah.
The past, 3 have been Earth, and if it wasn't Earth, it was Unsealed Spellbook.
Hey, you guys want variety? Yo, I got you. All
2
random
game modes. 2 game modes.
Oh.
3 if you consider Earth as all random and pick.
Was Nexus Blitz the one on the kind of short map? And
Yeah.
The
little
random
mini games.
You had the
that shit was
mini
fun.
games.
Dude, exactly.
So much fun.
Double jungle?
You get the card. Yeah, you go double jungle.
The
Yeah.
duel? What was it?
Yeah, the 2v2.
My favorite, the 2v2.
The 2v2.
Loved,
The 1v1.
freaking loved that. What was it? Because
It was
guessing they're
funny
gonna-
as fuck because some people would pick supports and then it would like 2v2, tank support. It'd be like a full stack Cho'Gath versus a Soraka.
Watch her go hard.
it's like banana.
Silence.
Jeez.
Bolt.
Because they it's in the works, or I'm guessing it's in the works because that's where they're planning to bring back the hero augments. Like there was one that they teased, which
Oh,
was
really? I didn't know that.
yeah, it's because the whole entire thing where they were basically showcasing it in that little picture, it was basically the dueling mini game,
Oh,
and you got to pick an augment. Yeah, and one of the augments was Kai'Sa's ult. Now just what was it? She can ult somewhere. She basically blows it up, and she just just sacrifices herself, kills herself, blows up. It's supposed to be like a nuke, and it's just like you ult, just instant obliteration.
That comes out sometime in like the next 2 months. Because they said it was coming in summer.
That'd be
I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, good luck getting that.
Yeah. You're just gonna be like, yeah, I'm platinum in this mode. They got a ranked on PvE, and I'm kicking ass.
So,
yo man, you never guessed the augments.
A little bit of backstory on this is the new TFT set 9 has released.
Whoa.
It's based on the lore of League of Legends. All the like origins for the champions are based off regions. They all are wearing base skins as opposed to like themed skins around what origins they have. And it's the PvE. Everybody's trying to get in to play this new set. Logging queues are up in the millions, 30-hour wait times, etc. Somehow, some way, I log in and I get right through it all. I'm able to play the game almost immediately. But all my other friends are stuck behind these login walls. And it has been hilarious.
It was super frustrating too because we both did not really know what was going on. So he'd be like, oh, hey, you want to play PvE? I hop on and I'd be like, oh, it's a 3-hour wait or it's like a 40-hour wait. And he'd be like, what? I just booted mine up and I just got right in.
I just logged in.
And for like the longest time, we were like both getting frustrated. Just like, what do we do here? Because I can't wait this long. I can't wait 30 hours.
Yeah, it'd be 4 hours, and then finally get in, and the client would just crash, and then you open it back up, and you got to wait another 4 hours just to be disappointed.
Mm-hmm. The funniest part was they would log in or start logging, or they would hit me up and say, hey, you want to play PvE? I'd be like, yeah, sure. So they go log in, and I go log in, and I get through. I get in. They're stuck behind the wait queue.
How did you do this? Oh,
So-
I just booted it up.
We just scratch it, and we're like, okay, we'll try again another time. 2 hours later, they'll be like, all right, let's try PvE again. I'm like, okay. They log in, I log in, they're still stuck behind queues, I'm still getting through. At one point, logged in 12 times during a day. No wait queue.
Oh, lucky. Lucky does it.
I'm just that good.
The account is for sale for $1,000.
2,000, sir. I set the
2,000.
price.
My bad. My mistake.
It's got most of the skins on it.
Wow.
It's got all the skins on it,
If you're willing to put in the time.
and all there will be.
But yeah. That was about all I want to talk for anime too. I didn't have too much. Probably some game releases, but I'm not gonna sweat about them. Necron came out, which was really fun. The ESO expansion. I love the new class. It's a ton of fun.
The Lego Racing. What was it called?
Drive.
Yeah. Have you heard any reviews?
No.
It seems like it's gone like completely under the radar.
Well, I didn't even know it was released until I looked it up.
Yeah. I'm surprised you managed to find out. I mean, who here keeps up with Legos?
How about Gollum though?
It's a rough looking game.
Yo, Cole, why don't you talk a bit about Gollum?
Gollum. Well, I haven't wasted my money or played the game, but I've watched a lot of gameplay and it looks like shit. It looks like a fetch quest with really, really bad CG, just really bad graphics. Like, it's just so bad, man. It's so bad, and it's long too.
What's the objective? I can't.
Good question.
That's a good question.
Does it have something to do with the ring?
That's a good question.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. You know that one premise Lord of the Rings is about? I'm not sure if they use it.
Lord of the Rings. What was the premise?
Something about a ward with some rings.
Hey, they dropped the Lord of the Rings set for Magic soon. It's going to have the one ring in it. It's probably going to be worth a couple $100,000.
I thought you were gonna.
Let's go blow our paychecks on boxes and hope we pull the ring.
I gotta say,
I'm down. I love opening.
you missed a
cards.
perfect opportunity.
It's going to be priceless.
It really is because it's only one copy of it.
It's essentially gambling.
Already.
That's all opening card packs is, unless like you're going to like build a deck. It's just gambling.
Already. What was it?
I wonder what the One Ring does.
Well, they're releasing normal copies of it. Just one of them is going to be the one. It's going to have all special.
Oh, people
art.
are gonna fake that shit so
The
hard.
one to beat them all.
You're gonna see shit on eBay for like $2,000. That's like the One Ring,
Really?
and you read the description. It's just like this is just a drawing on a piece of paper.
Fine print. We got them, boys.
But
Also, gotta say, Magic. I still. Ooh. They tried to get me into Magic, and it just did not go well.
probably you were drunk at the time.
Nah, that's because.
Oh, a long time ago.
No, yeah. You remember Lark's house?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not because I was drunk. That was just because the game was rigged. The game is rigged, boys.
So many cards in that game.
He plays a control deck, and I play an aggro deck. I just immediately just get
He
screwed.
gets controlled, and then he gets aggro.
He gets controlled and aggroed. Anyways, on the topic of today, though,
Quite right.
comfort games. Those games where you just come home from a long day of work and sit down and start playing them. Just completely shut off the brain. Some of them you don't really do that in, but you just go in, you sit down, you play, and then suddenly you look up and the sun's starting to rise. There's fucking birds chirping outside, and you're like, holy shit, how long was I playing?
Turn-based games for me. Any turn-based game, I can sink a couple hours in every session.
Have you played XCOM 2?
I have XCOM 2, and I played a couple of the first missions, I think like 2 or 3, but I haven't played it all the way through.
I quite enjoy that game.
I got it because it was on sale, and I like those
Do
kind
you
of
have
games.
the DLCs?
I think I bought the complete thing.
DLCs.
I'm sure I would have if it was.
I quite enjoy XCOM. It's just starting a new playthrough is so fucking hard after beating the game. Because like you get reset to 0. You lose everything you've researched, all the weapons and armor that you've been upgrading the whole game, all your skill points on your characters go back to 0. And it's just like,
Now you get to run it back and do it all over again.
And once you get to that point, there's not a ton of variety in missions.
Yeah.
A lot of the missions start to feel more repetitive.
You start adapting to the...
And if you've got the DLCs, there's more to do. And unless you turn on the option for it, the avatar timer is still the same pace. So it just feels really awkward.
Yeah. See what you're saying.
But
I think you could...
it's quite a good game.
I think the game actually was a lot more flexible and creative because it wasn't just like you didn't have, so you had basically the standard classes, and then you could also you could randomize skill points in this game. Was it? Or not randomize skill points, but skill tiers or something like that. You could get them all randomized. I can't remember if that was in 1 or if that was in 2, but there was like a
2.
I
don't remember it.
But like basically having a build, so you can basically do a build where it's like, hey, this guy, the assault class, I believe it was, is doing the sword build. This one's going to use his shotgun.
The ranger.
Yeah, there we go.
Ranger, sniper, specialist, grenadier.
The sniper was the sharpshooter.
Oh, it was the sharpshooter.
So the sharpshooter, you can do a class where his damage is really weak, but you can get a whole bunch of like free actions, or you can even sit there and pop everyone in range.
I love using this pistol.
Because
one of the abilities was like if you get a kill with the pistol, it's a free action.
It's a free action.
Dude, it's so much fun. Oh my god.
Trying to like line everyone up so to be like boom, boom, boom.
I made a bunch of the characters based off my friends, and I'm only going to refer to them as the nicknames that I used. But besides yours, you were in there too. I had Devontae as a character, and then I had another character whose name was Doofus, because we called a friend in high school Doofus Rick. So I got the haircut as close as I could, and I named him Doofus. Anyways, Doofus was a sharpshooter. And we were on, I think it was the like main mission of like breaking into the base and getting the information and extracting.
Ooh, that's the halfway point?
I think it's the halfway point.
Yeah.
We were on that mission. And since he's a sharpshooter and it was my first time playing that mission, I had him all the way in the back. Because he's just laying down covering fire. He had really high damage for his thing. The only like free action thing I took was his pistol. We get into the base, get the information, the extraction point appears right behind the base. Literally miles away from where I have the sharpshooter who's been laying down covering fire. I'm like, shit. Like, I gotta get him. Because I'm a save everybody kind of man. I gotta get him over to the extraction point. So I get him up and I get him moving. I get everybody else extracted except for my guy, whose name was Kaczynski. We'll talk about that one later. Anyways, I just had him covered near the extraction point. So if anything came close, he was doing massive damage. I think I mainly focused like every upgrade on him. Like, all the like side missions you can do, they'll give you like, +1 to accuracy, +1 to damage, +1 to this, +1 to that.
I can't remember that.
Anyways, I focused all of that on him. So he just had a ton of buffs. He was really strong.
Yeah, static.
So I just had him covering near the extraction point. If anyone comes close, he was a ranger too, so he was really short range. If anyone came close, just pop out. Kill him. I'm running this fucking sharpshooter all the way across. And at one point, he gets surrounded. I'm talking about, I don't remember what they were, if they were the like really weak grunts or if they were like stronger. Anyways, they just surround him. Completely outnumbered and everything. Talking about that pistol came in so handy. Pop, 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 pop. All dead. And he just sprints the extraction point and get out. One of the best moments I've had playing. Going to your character, he was one I ended up having to leave behind. I ended up having to leave behind Doofus as well at another point. But going through one of the later missions in the game. I think it's like the 2/3 point.
Hold on. Let this be known. It's the ones you care about the most that hurt you the deepest.
I tried my hardest.
The commander failed me.
We were overrun. It was the
No man left behind.
Captain goes down with the ship.
it was the mission that the ship actually crashes.
Oh, I know exactly. No, I know exactly what one you're talking about. I know that one.
I don't remember because you have to go like a little bit outside the ship to shut something down and then back to the ship.
You go far.
On the way back to the ship, you got taken down and literally a horde came in front of you to block you. And it was one of those moments like, fuck, dude, I can't get back to him and save everybody.
Go on without me, sir.
That is literally what I was fucking doing. I was voicing characters in my own campaign. That shit's so much fun, give them all that personality.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of those moments of where it was like, I gotta leave him behind. Like, I can't go back. And then Doofus ended up falling as well.
He eats his own shit.
I know. Anyways, later in the game, it's about the 2/3 point where you're breaking into another facility to get to the Avatar project. You're breaking in to like get information on how to get to the Avatar project, basically. We broke. It was stupid as fuck. We get told like, hey, there's another extraction you gotta get here, and it's a person. You gotta get this person, you gotta get him out. Literally blew open a wall, and on the other side is Delvante.
What's up?
Like full gear and everything. They've done nothing to him. He's just standing there with his fucking machine gun, just like, I am ready to go.
You came back, sir.
Get his ass, get him on that fucking jet, and we got out of there. Never found Doofus again.
Ooh.
Poor Doofus, man.
It's been so long. I remember that was one of the games I followed because XCOM 1, freaking amazing game. Even if you take away the DLC that it came out with where you can add like cybernetic implants, still good ass game. Phenomenal. But I had, in my XCOM 2 playthrough, you were a sharpshooter, and I gave you a hat. One of those like cowboy hats.
Yeah.
And you were, I believe, Cole was the shotgun. I basically built him for the blade, and you both exceeded my expectations. You somehow managed to just carry the entire team on your back.
When it came to, so you know at the end you can get 6 total on your team. On my team was me, who was a ranger, Cole, who was a specialist, I think, Caleb, who was also a specialist, Brian, who was a sharpshooter, Devontae, who was a grenadier, and there was one more. I think it was Lieutenant Train Tracks. He knows who that is. Cole knows who that is, who was also a grenadier. Because I had both of the grenadiers have armor shred.
Mm.
And then they also had the cover shred.
Ooh.
So it was just going in, you know, where are you going to hide?
Can't do anything. Armor break, just clean through everything.
And then I was spec'd out just doing a ton of damage because I put all the stats on my character. Just because it was sitting there and it's like, oh, who do I want to send on this side mission for the stats?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it'll be me.
Also, I mean, you just get the pop off too, and how clean it looks.
Yeah. And then Cole was spec'd out for healing with the specialist.
Mm-hmm.
Came in so clutch because you know my guy would be up all the way in the front, just like in the middle of everything, 1 health, and then suddenly this drone comes in, full health.
I just freaking drone was awesome.
And then I had Caleb's drone statted out for
disruption.
Yeah, for disruption and hacking.
Mm.
So that always came in handy. I had Brian statted out for long range damage. Kept him in the back and just moved them up with the line because I corrected my mistakes. And he'd walk up, you know, if someone's like close enough, pop him with the pistol, take out the sniper, bang, 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 gone.
Sniping in that game.
So much fun. That game's so good.
I like the power escalation of it, where early game,
is just grunts and captains.
yeah, but sniper's not very reliable. It's kind of there, doesn't do enough damage. Late game, you just sit there below, you just destroy people.
Start getting like the centoids and the fucking serpents and the brutes.
Yeah, start sweeping through them
Oh
all.
my god, no, I hate the chameleon ones.
Oh my god, hold on.
Where you'll get the hostage missions and
Those flesh shapers,
dude,
they reveal themselves when you get up to the group.
so fucking annoying. Because like they're in every hostage mission,
Yes.
but it's just a moment of which one. Going through and it's like, okay, I've saved 6 out of 7. It's gotta be this one. So I get everyone set up around it, and then it's like 3 of them all in a group, and it's like,
Oh,
fuck, which one is it? Walk up like right in the middle of it.
That's all 3.
It could be 2 at a time.
that's actually, yeah, I immediately thought, I'm like, it's all 3.
So fucking annoying dealing with them.
They just do so much damage. They destroy cover too. Is that it?
I think so.
I can't
But let me
remember.
tell you something. A statted out ranger,
Oh yeah.
I am 90% sure. I'd have to go check. I think I had the achievement for killing one of the berserkers with a melee weapon.
Cole, in my game mode, or in my game, Cole was always the one to basically scout out because they couldn't really do anything. They probably weren't going to hit him because he basically can't really hit him. You get a free dodge. That's what it is.
You get a conceal. You have one of the skills where you can get conceal at the start of the mission.
Mm-hmm. I think you can also, though, you can actually get it's a skill where the first attack that you take every round or something like that, it's an instant dodge. So it works perfect for scouting out the flesh hunks. Just, But, ooh.
I want to play Phoenix Point more because that's the spiritual successor.
I still haven't looked that up.
It was for free on Epic a while back with like all the DLCs, and I picked it up. I just haven't played it.
You gotta show me those. You gotta show me the gameplay, man.
It looks like it'd be fun, but like I've played it, but I haven't played it.
Oh, something I have to say too. I don't think you've played the first one. XCOM is what I mean.
No.
But you know of the chrysalids, do you?
Vaguely.
Were they in this game? I think they came back at like some point in the game.
You have to describe them.
Basically, if they attack you, they implant an egg. If they kill you, one hatches from it.
I don't think so. I don't think
Dang.
unless they got added in the DLCs and I just haven't like paid attention to it.
Yeah, I can't remember very well. Maybe I'm conflating the two. But nothing I'll say of the entire series compares to getting the first threat mission, going in there, your first encounter with the chrysalid, and losing everyone. Because when they sit there, they basically penetrate your armor. They basically can immediately kill you because your armor is pretty low at that stage in the game. It's the first threat mission. And when they kill you, you die, and the next turn, one of them sprouts from your body. And their movement is, I'm not sure how to really describe the spaces in the game, but they can basically move like the entire screen and just to get up to you. And you just can't do anything because you don't do enough damage as like a soldier at that point to combat it. You just get destroyed.
I want to make a correction. In a past episode, I said the only game I've ever saved scummed is Black Ops 2 to save Mason.
Mm-hmm.
I lied. I have saved scummed the shit out of XCOM 2.
That's just a built-in mechanic.
Dude, it really is.
You know,
I've saved scummed some of Fallout though because they used to, in the older Fallouts, 3 in New Vegas, they had you can call it a bug, you can call it a glitch, you can call it an exploit, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. Where it was if you jump from something really high, top of a bridge, down below to the ground, if you do that and you save right before you hit the ground, and then you can either load the save, but what I like to do is just let myself die. When you respawn, you'll respawn right there above the ground, and it's like as if you fell that one distance.
You spawn at that, I'm guessing because you spawn at that level.
So like you're at the top of a bridge at a bandit camp, and instead of going all the way back through the camp, all the way down the bridge to the ground, and then having to loop back around just to run the direction you were headed, you just jump off the bridge, save on the way down, and just land. Easy peasy.
Perfect.
But
Seems like that's just a built-in mechanic.
turn-based games are really fun. They're good to turn your brain off.
Yeah, it's really
Talk about
good.
Midnight Suns a bit too.
Midnight Suns. No, that episode never got posted.
Oh, you're right.
Midnight Suns is really fun. It's a little too much. Like you have to think a little bit more for Midnight Suns.
That's a bad thing?
No, not necessarily, but just like it's not as gridded as like a lot of other turn-based games would be.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I've only seen like a few clips of it, but it seems like you have to do a lot more planning of like if you
I want to hit this person in this direction, so they go here, and then I can hit this person that way, and group them all together, and then
triggering environmental effects, triggering it.
Really fun though. It was a really, really fun game. I wish there was more. I wish they did more DLCs. To be honest, I did buy the DLCs. They are pretty fun.
Which all of
them? I bought the pack. I don't know if the Storm one has released yet. I haven't checked in a hot minute.
How's Morbius?
Morbius is actually really fun. I don't like his original costume design too much, but in Midnight Suns they have a mechanic where when you get a high enough friendship with them, you unlock a mission for them in the armory. This mission gives you their legendary outfit and their legendary card. And the legendary outfits are so fucking dope. I've got Ghost Riders, Magics, and Nico Minoru's.
Nico Minoru.
She was in a show called The Runaways, but I don't know too much about her besides Midnight Suns. She's pretty cool though.
Turn-based games typically get always because it's not really too much stress. You have plenty of time to figure out, hey, am I screwed right here?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna back up a few saves.
Exactly.
There's so many turn-based games that we all play.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
Every card game.
Warhammer Gladius.
Civ.
I don't know. Some of those are more stress-inducing than others.
Yeah.
Civ also, depending on the game,
I was about to say,
it just gets so boring and
yeah, you're like, all right, I gotta wait 20 turns for I get this tech that allows me to get oil now, that allows me to hit this next step.
The hardest decision I've ever made
is really fun at the beginning.
It's really fun at the beginning, especially if you're playing multiplayer with other people because everybody's scrambling for things.
Yeah, you're trying to get settled in and figure out what your boundaries are.
I'm trying to rush for that library.
Yeah, he's going library at Oracle, getting his free culture policy. That's what it is.
I get an immediate 3 wonders at the start just because of doing that.
I forget that Civ 6 even exists because I've just played
Civ 6
Civ
is
5.
actually really fun. It's just Civ 5 is a lot better. Simply put,
it has so much content in Civ 5.
Civ 5 is a lot better.
Civ 5 is so
That's not the reason, honestly. It's just the way Civ 6 is because you have to set out districts. And you can only build certain buildings in certain districts. If you don't have enough room in those districts, you can't build that building in that district or in that city in general.
You also have to micromanage your workers.
Yeah. You got to do a lot more in Civ 6 than you really had to do in Civ 5.
Yeah, Civ 5 you can automate a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah. No, but like I was saying, the hardest decision I've ever made in Civ 5 is deciding whether or not to go to oil first or airplanes first. You can't build airplanes without oil, but airplanes is a lot quicker to get to, and there's a lot better stuff on the path to airplanes. But if you get to oil, you'll find oil out in the water, and then you got to get to refrigeration.
Yeah,
to get to the
environment. Yeah.
I just turn my brain off when I play. I don't even know what the hell you guys are talking about.
I the point of playing that I am now, I do too. I just put my shit. I literally.
I Pocatello and I win.
because you can select your like research further down the line, just
Yeah,
automate
just
it.
the-
Yeah, so it'll beamline into that research.
Mhm.
So I'll automate to writing, and I'll get that, and then almost immediately after, I'll just go all the way down to economics, which is in like 4 eras later, and I'll just start researching that, and then it'll just take me through like all of the different
All
tech
of them.
trees.
Yeah.
I love Civ 5 and I hate it at the same time. So it's so tedious at points now.
No, Gladius. Gladius, great game.
Gladius gets frustrating.
Yeah. It's a very slow start. Very slow start.
It's a very slow start that other things can just completely come in. And
Yeah.
I forgot about all the
What was it?
random shit.
The scorpion that just comes in, it's like, hey man, you're on my
Castle and robots. Yeah.
it's like, hey man, you're on my territory. You know what we gotta do to that, right? We gotta snip you down a few pegs.
Yeah, the Castle beat you up. You go hit them a little bit. They kill your group. You come back. They're fully healed.
You know what? All of that is okay. The enslavers,
I forgot.
the
about
enslavers make me weep.
You're playing guardsman. You're fucked, dude. They just literally come up and go. Yeah, this is mine. Yeah, this is mine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, come here.
I like that.
And the next thing you know, they got your army, and you're like,
Oh. You know, it's a weird case too, where you'll sit there, you'll use your army, and you're going like shoot something, like basically the same level as you. You're just like, oh, I don't do any damage. And the enslaver comes up, takes your stuff, all of a sudden, oh, this is how much damage he does. Where was this? Why?
They got the enslaver bump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hacked their brain.
made them better.
Mm-hmm.
I could use you better than you.
I don't like Gladius and hot minute.
Glorious evolution, Dave. You already know about the update with the web ray.
Yeah,
That's
the last
where you
one I
can.
did was the Eldar.
I'm pretty sure they added another DLC.
I think I felt it.
I can't remember what, but there was another thing. There was another, what is it? Faction they added. I can't remember what it is. Though.
One of my favorite comfort game styles is life sims. Shit like Stardew, shit like Littlewood. Not The Sims.
Yeah, I was
I was
thinking.
literally thinking Sims.
I was like, bruh,
No.
nah.
More in-depth life
Mhm.
sims.
More active.
Yes.
Minecraft.
Minecraft's not a bad one either. It's just like, I just can't like keep myself entertained with vanilla Minecraft.
Yeah, survival vanilla Minecraft.
Yeah, just because like I know
They did add a lot of shit.
They
I
added
just
a lot
haven't
of shit.
played it in a
the
long
thing
time.
is, I know what's coming with vanilla Minecraft. With
Yeah.
a lot of other like modded Minecraft stuff, it's like okay, I've gone to this step. What's next? What do I do next?
I'm surprised we haven't all played. What is it? Hard mode. It's not called hard mode. RL craft.
Oh,
I'm surprised we all haven't sat there and decided to play RL craft together.
I don't know. My Minecraft gets super finicky.
Oh wait, I remember.
I gotta like fuck around with some shit, and like I'll probably have to rebuy it. I don't fuck.
Oh really? No. You have a Xbox account, right? Or Microsoft?
Yeah. I'm exaggerating when I say that.
Oh,
but,
okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Like I said, it's just super finicky at points, and like it'll say my Minecraft isn't downloaded at all and shit.
I know. For what is it? Probably if you were to ask someone, oh, they have more than just pigmen and ghast and whatnot, blaze rods. Like back in the day, 20. What was it? I almost said 20 years ago. Like maybe 10 years ago. Whenever they added blaze, like nether castles, that was considered like something that was just like unheard of. Yeah, like because
And now look at it.
yeah, no one ever goes to the nether. Like you go to the nether, it's basically just it's here for like the longest time, and then all of a sudden they added, they redesigned the system of like potion brewing. They're like, hey, now you have a reason to go to the nether, so you get to these things. Then they added like wither skeletons and the wither debuff. And now they've actually completely like revamped, because it used to be you had to get mods to basically redesign the nether.
Mm.
Now You go in
The
there,
whole
they have like all of these mods. Some of them are even tameable.
new biomes.
Yeah, like there's one where it's just wild. The ocean biome. You could find like abandoned pirate ships, just a bunch of crazy stuff.
The
You
new
can,
warden mob.
yeah, just whoo.
Yeah, they've done a ton of shit to Minecraft, which is wild for like what? It has to be damn near 20 years old now.
What 20?
Oh my bad. Dude.
We both just decided and did that, didn't we? It feels like it's been so long though.
Yeah, I'm sitting there
Like,
I don't know why I thought we were in 2033 for a sec.
yeah, but oh man, whew. But what was it? 2010 or something like that? I think it was 2008. Was
Shit
whenever
like that.
whenever the game first came out, it was like unbelievable because it's like this is a pretty good sandbox. It was kind of like just a sandbox.
I mean, that's all it was at the start.
Yeah.
There were no
And-
mobs, nothing.
How long it took was you used to have just like the end. There was like they finally made it to like where you went from the end of the map, quote unquote, to an endless generations, and then the mod support, obviously in tandem with the game, just make it just so much better. That was back when you had like you started having like sandbox games, like Terraria came around at the same time.
Yeah, it did.
Which it kind of sucks in a way, but Terraria was in many ways considered the 2D Minecraft, even though it still was. You know, it was its own thing, but a lot of people just compared it because everything that basically came out was kind of
I
compared to
think they just compare
Minecraft.
them so heavily because they're both like 8-bit
Yeah, similar.
graphics.
Mm-hmm. Stardew Valley.
Started so gas. That's that and like MMOs, specifically Elder Scrolls Online.
Mm-hmm.
I love coming home, putting on like a YouTube video, and just sitting down and just blanking. 2 hours can go by and I'm like, damn, what did I just do? How long have I been here? I'm hungry. I'm thirsty.
My comfort games, they always kind of just change. So, you know, Dead Cells, basically 2D Dark Souls. You could call it that.
Metroidvanias.
Actually, they actually came out with Metroidvania DLC.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Yep. That game was good. That was a fixation for me for like a point.
Another one I want to add real quick is roguelikes.
Roguelikes. Those are
Like single player roguelikes.
Hades, Dead Gods.
Hades. You still haven't beaten the Dead God.
I have not either. The third one is impossible.
I haven't played since we were in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
Dude, that game is good though. When we were playing online, it's a good game.
Oh, sorry.
There's a bunch that are coming out.
I tried Noi. I like indie roguelikes. So like
There's
Realm of the Mad God or
there's one
Curse of the Dead God.
called Hindsight, I think is what it's called. And it's like it's kind of endless, where it's like each choice you make in the run, whenever you die, it affects the outcome of the next world. So like, you save this child in this run, and then your character dies. Your next character is going to meet that teenager now because you saved him, and he's going to be like, "Yeah, I'm trying to like become a hero now." And you save him again, and you tell him, "Hey, don't be a hero, man. But this sword that you made is really good. I'll pay you for this sword if you give it to me." And he's like, "Okay." And then that character goes and dies, and your next character comes along and he meets a blacksmith that was that child that was saved. And it's just like all these choices that you've made has led this character to do this on this run. And it's just shit like that.
You had me at blacksmith, I'll be honest. Like
I knew, number one, I knew that was going to be the easiest way to get to, but it's also one of the easiest analogies I can get to.
But that's like not saying like that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. As far as I know, it's in like super early development.
Oof. Also, another interest, I just made me think of like an interesting topic. Flash games.
Oh my god, it's been
Flash
minutes
games.
since I fucked with a Flash game.
Yeah. I just play a lot of Flash games.
Yeah, some of them would come out with kind of like I thought of this when it came to like indie games and games kind of like that, like where I just popped in my head. There was like one there was one called Armed with Wings, and it was like a 3-part series that everyone just was waiting for it to come out. And that some of those games actually have like a well-designed kind of story and premise,
Some aren't bad.
yeah, that you wouldn't really expect.
Did y'all ever play Crush the Castle?
Yes.
That was
Yes.
my
They also had community made castles that you could crush them too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I played the shit out of it.
Yeah, we used to play that a lot.
I want to find this game. If anyone knows what this game is talking about, or what this game is, what I'm talking about, please fucking say something. So, I played this game way back in like 5th grade, like 10, 11 years old. It was a web browser game. It was off like Cool Math Games or some shit like that.
Heavy games.
One of those like sites for games.
Flash games, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a trivia game essentially, but it followed this like story of ascending up to get your scarf. It was a game for kids to help them with like learning English and math and history and shit like that. So it was you start at like the bottom layer in your hot air balloon, and you get stuck on these islands. In the bottom layer island, you'd have to do a puzzle. And you do the puzzle, and the puzzle would alert the inhabitant of that island that you are there and that you are needing like assistance to get your hot air balloon back in the air to go up. And they come out and they just basically ask you these questions. And it'd just be like general knowledge questions of like, hey, what's 22 divided by 2? It'd be a lot harder than that, but it'd be like basic stuff about these subjects. You answer most of them right. I think you gotta get 5 right, and if you get 3 wrong, you fail. But if you answer 5 right, they'll be like, okay, send you on your way. One of the most gas games. It had this like weird steampunk, like sepia filter look to it. It had very similar to like Pop Tropica's character art style, if you know what I mean. Like really thin legs and arms, like an oval shaped body and just this very large head. It was just so much fun, and it actually like really got me into like different trivia things as a kid. Because I straight up, anytime we went to the computer class, the second we were like told like, you're done with the assignment, you can play on the computer for 10 minutes. I was typing on the computer immediately on that game, just like, I gotta see the end. And it was also like a really good story about like letting go, essentially. Because you get to the top and your scarf would be sitting there and you'd be like, I came all this way, I'm going to get my scarf back. It's really cool. I met a lot of really cool people. And your scarf starts flying away. And then rather than getting in your hot air balloon and going to chase it, you're just like, well, I came all this way. I didn't get my scarf, but I learned a lot and I've grown a lot. And it's made me like smarter and a better person. And instead of chasing after the scarf, he just kind of goes all the way back down to the bottom. It was one of those games where like when I finished it, I was sitting there, I was like, damn.
Stays with you.
Did you raise your duck and save the farm by winning the duck championship?
I don't think so.
Do you know what game I'm talking about? Your farm is ruined. All that's left is 1 egg, and there's a duck champion, and you train your duck in these races, and you get him statted up.
I know what he's talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. He has to swim. He has to fly.
Yes.
Yeah, and he has to run. And
he like gains like long legs.
Yeah.
Oh, I do know what you're talking
about.
Let me ask you this.
You get different hats.
How far did you get in Quap?
I can't remember the distance.
I know.
It's difficult.
I gave up. Like I got maybe to 5 meters. I don't know.
No, I really don't. Once you get to like being able to run in Quap, it's one of those moments like
I can run. I can do it. I can do the 100 meters.
You know what you guys need to play? You guys need to play Surgeon Simulator.
Dude, no. You need to play Hand Simulator.
Handsome.
Have you seen that shit?
Oh,
There's a
man.
film where you're just sitting across the room with guns and you're like, how do I load this? And you just see each other going,
You see like
oh, there goes the clip. It just
my
flies
favorite thing is
out.
how floaty the fucking objects are. Like you drop your gun and it's not just like it just doesn't fall. It just goes and then it'll hit the table and it's gonna bounce for a little bit and then just fall. I love Hand Simulator. It's so fucking funny.
I remember looking up those Flash games. One of my favorite sites I would always go to is stickpage.com.
Huh.
You guys never heard of it?
I
You
think
ever got Heavy
mine.
Games?
Heavy Games?
Heavy Games.
I would go to like ABC games. I
Or
think.
Armored Games or something like that.
Yeah, Armor Games.
It had the-
Armor
the
Games that crushed the
shield
castle.
and the-
Yeah.
yeah.
There's
I know.
Armor Games, Fog.com, Stickpage, Y8, Y3,
Cool math games.
yeah, Cool Math Games, Max Games. One was called like FGN Flash Portal or something like that.
I know what you're talking about.
That one, I can't remember which one created. Basically, it was this fighting game of the Powerpuff Girls and like Invader Zim, like this whole entire
I
smorgasbord,
know exactly what
and they
you're
were
talking
all
about.
grown up.
Oh.
It was a fighting game.
I know.
It even
dude.
had a
Dude,
campaign.
that really brings back some like deep.
Did y'all ever
vulgar
play
memories.
Happy Wheels?
Happy Wheels. Yeah,
I played Happy Wheels.
Yeah. Did you play it on Total Jerk Face or did you play it on one of the other sites? Because there's a difference.
I think I actually went to like the exact site or
That's Total
something.
Jerk Face.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So on other sites, it would only be like a preview.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like you have like the 4 starting characters that they had,
Mm.
and then just the base levels.
It wouldn't have all the community.
It wouldn't have community levels. There'd be a lot of other base levels that were left out. If you went to Total Jerk Phase, you got community levels, you got all the other base levels, you got all the other characters.
Yeah.
So much fun. Lawnmower Guy, the Indiana Jones, the Pogo,
Oh, the Pogo Man.
Santa,
The Pogo Man was freaking
the Scooter Lady.
Scooter. Was Segway Guy. I think did you already mention him?
No, I haven't because he was one of those base characters.
Flash games were the first to do the tower defense games too.
Yeah,
Tower
that's
defense
where
kind of games.
Balloons started.
Yeah, that's where balloons. Yeah.
Age of War.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking
I
about.
probably do.
Ooh.
You have the 2 things on separate sides, and you evolve evolutions, and you get
Yeah.
different units, and you spend money to drop them out. And each one has their own ability you drop,
I do know
and you
what
can
you're talking
also
about.
get defenses on your thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can rack up like 3 defenses. And get the
Yeah,
highest evolution. And
exactly.
shoot so far it kills the enemy base. You don't even have to produce units.
Sit there. Furthest evolution.
That's crazy. You played
Lasers.
that Flash game. I've played it too. Yeah.
Age of War.
Remember it
Age of
very well.
War 2. They made
Yeah, I played them all.
they made up. You're gonna love this, and I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. Stickpage. This one game came out. I can't remember Stick Empire or whatever, but it's basically StarCraft, where you have to have a miner. You can sit there and choose to control a miner, mine, bring the stuff back to your
I know
base.
exactly what you're talking about. The
First-
Spartans.
Yeah, first one
Yes.
comes out. It's just kind of standard.
It's
Second
pretty
one,
simple. Yeah.
second one adds ogres, wizards, all this, and you can sit there and cast it. Oh,
You can be really greedy, build a bunch of miners first, so they don't smack you fast. It's good. You got to protect your statue. That's what it is.
yeah, there you
I
go.
remember that game.
So I would play Stick Hitman. I don't remember exactly.
Yes. Yeah, you had to solve like the puzzle of how you got to kill them. Like,
Yeah.
I know one of them is you shoot one of those overhang like fluorescent lights. You like shoot the wire on one side and it just falls and knocks someone out. That's like the only one of the kills I remember. I remember those.
I played the shit out of those with my cousins, trying to figure out all the how to get through it.
Crazy Flash games. I forgot how many Flash games I've played, dude. I've played so many Flash games.
Mm-hmm. What was it? Some of them are just, you'd always have to kind of come back. You can't really remember, but they like stick with you. It's actually funny about the Duck War. There was one with what is it? Duck War. Oh, there's one where it's Learn to Fly. where you're the penguin and he puts a glider on, and it's all about seeing him just fly upward and coast. Learn to fly too. They had one called Shoot the Turtle or
You
something
ever
like
had
that.
play Potty Racer? You got a porta potty and you run it off a cliff and you try and get as far as you can. You keep upgrading your porta potty until you get max distance.
Yes.
All of them.
I know. I played a lot of those. Yeah.
That
I
was-
loved launcher games back in the day.
Throw that little in there. I thought I was messing around.
I remember that.
Well, I was thinking like it was going to be racing with porta potties for a second. You told me potty racers?
That shit is good.
Man,
Man, why are Flash games so good?
they were made by just people.
Free.
There were no companies.
Yeah. They just released it out on there. Oh, Y8 games. A lot of games there. Basically, was just a smorgasbord. That's where I had my first interaction. I didn't even know what I was looking at. It was my first interaction with dating simulator, Love Hina. So basically, I'm playing this game and I'm like, oh, this is fun. I love this. And then like 5 years later, I watched the series Love Hina, and it just clicks with me. That's why this looks so familiar.
I will say, not necessarily dating sims in particular, but virtual novels are another comfort game of mine. I love virtual novels with their own little mini games to them.
Ooh, I
can go the really devious route and say Honey Pot, but in reality, Valhalla is one of my favorites. It's a good like cyberpunk, like bartending.
I've actually never heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
I know of like visual novels are really cool, but that's just it's annoying. I finally got my first one, and it's just been sitting in my tray for like my Steam for like 3 years or so because I can't.
It's really fun because it's got all these like overarching stories. Because you're bartending, you have patrons come in who will sit down and do what people do to bartenders. You just start spilling out details, and like one guy will come in and be like, "Yeah, we tried to overthrow the government today. All my friends got arrested. I escaped though. I killed someone. I killed someone."
So, do you want some tap water or some gin and tonic?
No. See, they got all the like weird names for the drinks and shit because it's cyberpunk. So you'll be like mixing motor oil into someone's Jack Daniels or some shit.
Jack Daniels is cyberpunk? I'm screwing with you.
But no. He'll come in the order like, yeah, can I get a Motorola 1600? You as the person, as the player, are like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then you look through your little recipe book and it's like,
is that fruit or is that vegetable?
I know, right? It's like, oh, okay, I gotta make this. And your boss comes in at the end of the day and was like, here's your paycheck. And you're like, were you sleeping in the office? And shut the fuck up and get out. Gas. Such a good game.
Neko Pata? Do you know what I speak of?
What do you call
Are you a fellow gentleman?
What the fuck did you just say to me?
it? What did you say?
We were on the topic of visual novels. And I had like a period of time where I'd just watch a bunch of people play visual novels.
You ever played Negligee?
Maybe once or twice.
Anyways, go buy Negligee.
I would talk about the mod I put on it, but we're talking about comfort games, not mods.
Yeah.
Should talk about modding last week, man.
There was one game or one visual novel, and I can't really remember the name of it, but it was basically this guy. He's basically living his life normally, and he finds out he has a heart disability. So he basically can't be with the general population. So they move him into this school or this care facility where it's filled with a bunch of girls. And the name I basically translated to, it's like something Sojo or Bishwa Sojo, but the translation is disabled girls, or was it? Yeah, weird, huh? Something like that. So you have like a girl who's a girl who's
What a thing to name a game.
deaf. There you go. So you had like one girl who's like deaf who's in this facility. You're just kind of there. One is, I can't remember what she is,
Why?
probably. But that game was pretty good.
So, what do you get to do?
It's a visual novel.
It's a
bro.
visual novel, man. I mean,
You read. Better learn to read, buddy.
a lot of animes actually started out as visual novels
Yeah.
as well. Code Geass.
I don't think Code Geass did. I think actually Code Geass was anime first.
Yeah, there's something in my mind I can't think
There
of.
was a manga that I read that was supposed to be a game called Unknown Code.
Hmm.
The manga was created as advertisement for the game, and then the game never got released. But the manga was so fucking gas.
I'm thinking of maybe I'm thinking of there's Clanad. I know Little Busters. Have you heard of? Or I don't know if you've heard of.
Heard of Little Busters? I haven't seen anything about Little Busters. Little Busters. Oh, I don't remember if I mentioned this last week, but the anime I was talking about a couple of weeks ago, Eminence in Shadows. I don't remember when I talked about it, or if it made it into an episode. Eminence in Shadows, going back to the news. Season 2 comes out in October. I'm very excited. It's only 12 episodes, though. For some fucking reason, they go, hey, 24? Here's some leftovers.
Just to
We're gonna cut that in half.
trickle some crumbs in front of you.
And they do a third season.
Get crumbs all over.
I'm just gonna dangle my balls in front of you real quick.
Next thing you know, they're releasing half episodes.
Oh, just over.
Getting crumbs all
You
over
just
the
get the
goddamn
intro.
carpet.
Yeah, you just get all the intros they plan on doing.
Ooh, OVAs. That's a good one.
Yeah, OVAs. That's funny. I think I've only watched the OVAs for one anime.
High School DxD.
Yep, I think that's the only one I've watched OVAs for. What does OVA stand for?
What was it?
Original video animation.
Oh.
So it's like, if I'm not mistaken, it's like basically it's not really sponsored or funded. It's literally just
Just the
kind of made.
animators decide, like,
Yeah.
like season 3 of High School DxD, where the animators decided, like, hey, fuck the source material, we're gonna do what we want. Turned out gas, but then the source material said, hey, fuck you, we're gonna get someone new to do who we want.
I don't think I've seen the third season. High School DxD.
Third season was good.
Yeah, third season was
I
good.
stopped
Yeah,
at
but
the
it's the
part,
reason why they changed everything for the 4th season.
which is the one where it ends where you see the Dragon of Dragons. Is that the third season?
It might be the second.
No, that's gotta be the 3rd. Because the second
Okay.
ends with the 3-way truce between the angels, the demons, and the darkness.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah. All right. Because in the third one, you meet the Neko girls. Shiro. You meet Shiro's sister.
Yeah.
All right. That's right.
No, Shiro isn't the Neko girl, it's Konako.
Konako. Okay. Yeah. So you meet
I know
Konako's
my
sister.
characters. I know my High School DxD
You
characters.
got a good ass memory.
Konako, Azia, Akano, Rias, Zenobia,
All I know of.
Yeah, that's the Holy Knight.
Yeah.
This
the
Blue,
former Holy Knight.
Blue. blue hair. Akano's best girl.
Doron.
Yeah, it's her sword. The sword of destruction.
Yeah, she pulls it out of another dimension.
Kiba,
Awesome.
Issei,
Yeah.
Azrael, Michael.
Michael.
Michael's the GOAT.
I just think one of the funniest things about the revelation, about basically,
Spoiler alert
Issei.
for season 2 of High School DxD.
I think that's actually season 1, isn't it? No, wait, no, it's season 2. I see what you're saying. But Issei kind of just, playing video games with the guy. What is
No,
they
that's
doing?
Azrael.
Yeah, that's the.
Oh, okay, Michael. Yeah, you're right. My mistake. But Azrael's introduction into the series also, like I say,
Summons
he's my
Issei.
favorite. But
Azrael is also the GOAT.
they sit there, they're just playing video games, and he'll sit them at one point. He's like, "Hey, every time we come here, all we do is play video games." He's like, "I don't get it."
He actually never completes the pact either.
Yeah. He's like,
he comes there and just plays video
he has to sit there and use a bike. He has to ride his bike over there.
God.
Oh, but he's like sitting there, he's like,
Why did they send you? And they give their anime
that guy,
session.
yeah.
I have all the original. I watched them on release. You don't know what you're talking about.
No, my favorite thing about Michael, this is where I'm saying spoiler alert for season 2, because this is what I thought you were talking about. I'm going to say it one more time. Spoiler alert for season 2. My favorite thing about Michael was when he got introduced during the discussion of the truce. And then afterwards, where they were like, "Hey, can Asya and Zenobia still pray to God? Can they pray to God and not get hurt? Can God stop doing that?" Michael looks at him and is like, "God's dead." He's like, "God's been dead for years."
He died in the war?
He died in the war between angels and demons.
That's right.
He's like, "Yeah, God's dead, dude." He's like,
And
I've been fulfilling prayers. And he's like, "Well, can they stop getting hurt?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, I remember they all shattered. They're like, "What?"
Everybody's like, "Huh?"
But Azazel,
Reese, his brother.
he's also But Azazel sitting there being like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I rule the fallen angels." He's like, "Oh God, he's trying to kill me." And he's like, "No, just chill out." And then they just Issa and him just become best friends, just out of nowhere.
Teaches them about his sacred gear.
And then also Ezreal becomes the sponsor for the occult club.
That's right. Oh, yeah. He got his. That's right. Yeah.
Gasper.
I
almost forgot about Gasper.
Which the next bishop? Yeah.
He's a bishop.
Yeah.
He's the other bishop.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he's a vampire.
He can stop time, can he? Didn't they do it during the meeting? He's really strong.
He's really strong, but he needs blood to be strong. Or else he won't do shit. Then there was, what was her name? Gundam or some shit like that? What's Odin Spear's name? Because that was her name.
I know what you're talking about. I can't pronounce it.
I think that's what it is. Gundyr. She was a weird character. I'm be for real. She was weird.
Yeah.
Then there was Riker Phoenix, his whole harem, and then his sister.
Yeah.
Some little brother-sister love, you know?
Nah. Hold on.
Alabama, baby.
Hold on, one. Let me just. So the term, just for those dweebs out there, it's a lolly, okay? She's a lolly, and it's sister love. Brother, sister love.
You talking about comfort games right now?
My favorite kind of comfort games. Talking about Riker Phoenix.
I just had to use some terminology for the plebs out there. If you see a little girl, it's moe. It's called a lolly. Disgusting.
Anyway, we're gonna move on.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the show is Issei's friends. And just how fucking goof they are.
In the dub.
They're so fucking funny in the dub, man.
They're so good.
Their first introduction is literally one of the bald dude going, "Man, I need to get some pussy." That is his introduction. And then the guy with the glasses going, "Well, never get pussy." It's so fucking good.
He seems like the hopeful.
You gotta wonder.
We're gonna get there someday.
How are the voice actors? They're just say it with a straight face.
They nail it.
They really nailed it.
Really nail it.
That's what you call a commitment.
I gotta know
commitment.
this. I gotta know who the voice actors are.
Mm-hmm. That's an example of someone who basically they give it their all.
It really did.
I think everyone basically gave it all. Gave it their all in that performance too.
Who was Issei's voice actor? I don't remember.
Oh man, gone to time.
The good one.
I'll figure it out.
I'd definitely say too, the first season, I would say as the seasons go on, there's a good escalation of drama. The first season has its own level of drama contained where it's just
around Issei.
Yeah, Issei doesn't really know how to use the gear.
He's really important, but he kind of doesn't know why.
Yeah, he's like, everyone wants this. I'm not I just don't
I
understand.
don't know why.
Oh, when you first have he has his first talk with the dragon, and nobody really know what
He said.
he's dreaming. That's what it was. He's dreaming, and all of a sudden he's like, it starts like turning into a nightmare. And what is it? He says, "Your wet dream ends now, boy." He just shows up in front of him, just towers. He's like, "Oh my god!" He's like, I can't even remember the conversation, but that was epic. Just a slight revelation. And then you have the second season. What is it? Basically, you have the first season going on. He's basically trying to learn how to make it his own.
Yeah, second season they dive into the
Mhm.
rest of the universe.
Yeah, the world building. Because the first one, it's kind of like still the kid, kind of small town kid, doesn't really know much outside of his own world. He develops the dress breaker. Is that what it is?
Dress from peeling potatoes.
And they're like, Issei, you have to start learning how to use this power. Make this yours. And he makes the dress breaker. And they're like, oh yeah, this is just, I don't know what we expected.
Yeah.
How did we?
But it works in so many fights.
That's right. Him and his friends were called the Perverted Trio. It was Mahatma and Matsuda.
Hold on.
Tyson Reinhardt in English for one of them. Let me look at who Mahatma was.
Oh, another good scene of the first season. Getting familiars. What was it? Asia?
Yeah.
Asia getting the blue dragon? Or the blue dragon puppet? Was that what it
I
was?
can't remember what she got, but I remember.
I just remember Issei wanted the slime.
Yeah. And what was it? The tamer, the tamer, he spoke only in like rhymes and riddles or something like that. And he's like, so I can't remember the end. We have to look it up. But he's like, I don't know if this boy knows there's anything more to life than breasts. Oh man, great. It's great. Epic scenes.
It's such a fun show.
It really is a fun show with a decent plot.
Like I said,
But
You'll be playing in the fun, watching the fun, and then boom, plot kicks in.
yeah.
You're like, whoa.
It's like this, it comes out of nowhere and you just, you get strapped in.
When I say I watch High School DxD for the plot, I mean it.
Yeah. That was the thing that basically made it stand out among other shows.
Animes, yeah.
You have Sekirei, High School of the Dead. Nobody cares. Nobody watched it because it's zombies.
It wasn't
Rest in peace,
horrible.
my boy.
No, I mean I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying no one really watched it necessarily for the story. But I remember I actually got scared from the first episode when I watched it by myself when I was young, and I just immediately turned it off. Was not ready for that. What is it? Second season. Oh, they finally go into depth with the sword guy, the knight.
Oh yeah, how his backstory.
How he met Rias.
Yeah, he escaped.
Excalibur trying to sit there and make it.
Yeah, they're trying to test kids, see who can wield Excalibur. Could he wield it or not?
I can't remember. I can't honestly say that.
Oh, that's right. The priest can wield it.
The crazy guy.
The crazy
Trying
priest.
to take Asia's secret
Yeah,
treasure.
exactly. He's the guy who can wield Excalibur. That's who it is.
Ooh, oh.
And that's the funny part, because you would think, oh, they'd never make that guy like super canon.
Yeah.
They're going to kill him off. He's just too annoying.
Most,
But no, he wields Excalibur.
comes back from the first season, never really expected.
The crazy
The priest.
priest.
Oh yeah.
When
we
you
were
first,
we were talking about what's his name
It's
backstory.
it's Father Friedman or something.
Yeah, we were talking about what's his name backstory,
Knight.
and it's because they were testing the kids to see who, Kiba, seeing who could wield Excalibur, and he escaped. And then I was like, well, could he wield Excalibur? Who did in the show? Because I know someone did, and it's the priest.
Well, actually, technically, they all do. Kiba wields a piece of it. Zenobia wields a piece of it.
That's right. He
And
gets
the priest wields a piece of it.
pieces. He's after the sword.
Yeah.
that's right.
Because
Are they killing him?
No, Kiba kills him eventually.
I thought I can't remember.
I just remember you get that's where you get the first introduction of the white dragon. The counterpart.
I think he comes earlier in the show. I feel like he makes an appearance.
Yeah, he makes an appearance. But I mean, like, that's when you actually get to see, like, his power of having.
Really strong.
Yeah, his powers he has other people's power. Because that's how they get Issei to fight him, because they're like, Issei.
That's why they're such born enemies.
Yeah,
one
no.
doubles, one halves.
Whoa.
They're like, Issei, if you let him win, he's going to reduce Rias's titties by half. Issei's like, oh, hell no. I'm going to beat this motherfucker.
I think the funniest thing, too, is that it was said in the first season, too. I can't remember too well, but it's that they were fated to fight. Like, that's just considered, like,
He appears at the end of the first season.
Okay, there you go. It's considered just, hey, this is gonna always happen.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. They fought for so long. They fought for the dragons themselves. Fought so hard, like so much, that it like almost tore the heavens apart. And so that's why basically everyone ganged up on them. It's like, all right,
And put them in their place.
yeah, we gotta stop them.
Put them in some gear.
Put them in gear, and now it's like, hey, now you can have more contained fights. Just just whatever.
But yeah, it shows up at the end of the first season as like a solo shot after Issei wins against Riker. And he's like, is it Riker or Riker? I don't remember. But he's like, so you finally unlocked your power. I'm talking to himself, and he's like,
That's why he watches him the whole time.
yeah, and he's like, he's basically like, our fight will be legendary. And then just walks away into the night. And it's one of those perfect like end season like introductions of the next villain.
Yeah. Whew. Oh, what is it?
You know what the best part about?
Hmm?
You know what the best part about it is? Consistent episodes through every season. You consistently have like a good bit of episodes through every season.
Ooh. The talk when Issei's like, I just don't get it. Why does this guy hate me so much? Why is it that we have to fight? Why is it that this is what it comes down to? What are you guys even fighting about? And Dragon's just like, I'm actually not sure anymore. I don't know. But I mean, I guess we just kind of have to do it now. it's just become habit. Something tells me, and I don't know if the story's like if the manga's basically finished or whatnot.
I want to read the manga now, though. I just don't want to go into a bookstore and buy a High School DxD manga.
No. You just get one of those. What was it? App support things. Download it. Boom. There you go.
Yeah.
Just that easy.
Back to comfort.
I'm not gonna pirate the manga. Wink.
Yeah.
Back to comfort games. So my favorite comfort game is the High School DxD. I'm joking. Not my top one. I'd have to give to Stardew. I've spent so much time on Stardew. I think it's my third most played game. It's like up there in like 500 hours.
You haven't gotten to 1,000? Ha.
No.
Amateur.
I put too much time in Skyrim.
I've reached 1,000 hours in Skyrim, I think. Just
What's your top?
600 or
You
something.
played 1,000 hours in Skyrim and you didn't even know who Hermaeus Mora was?
Wait, no.
I doubt that.
No, you're gonna
F.
you're gonna hate this, or I hate this. Warframe. Warframe was one of those games where you get to start up like a survival, so you can farm for parts, play something in the background.
A bit of Warframe.
1,000 hours.
I'm probably hold on.
Actually, I think it reached 2,000, something like that. I played a lot. Love and hate relationship with that game. Whew. Slay the Spire.
Slay the Spire.
Yeah, I definitely play a lot.
Put a lot into that one.
Honestly,
I remember I got some random achievement on your account. And I was pissed because I know that if I wanted to get it on mine, I would not be able to replicate it. Don't even know how I got it. I just got it.
Who was it who beat the heart? I think it was you,
I beat
AJ.
the heart.
yeah, he beat the heart.
Yeah, like with 3 classes, 3 out of 4. or all of them?
I think only one.
I've at least beat it with 2.
I've
'Cause
only
I've beaten it with the Silent and the Ironclad at least.
It's hard.
the Ironclad.
Yeah, you don't remember when I sent you the picture of like having like a huge amount of strength?
Yeah, that was way. Yeah, I'm sorry, that was just way back. But I just know
I have the picture somewhere. I want to know
I
how much
can't-
strength I had.
I can't sit there and deal with the 2 elites in front of it.
Sword shield.
Destroy. Yeah.
Yeah, they do
Fuck them
wreck.
bitches up.
They do wreck your face if you're
Ugh.
not playing certain decks.
Mm-hmm.
That thing, you're playing like Poison Silent, you're about to get fucked pretty
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. Totally. It's just.
See, your mistake is that you're running Poison Silent without running shields.
Oh,
I always run the heavy 0 cost shield because it's so good.
I tried running Frost Defect. No.
You're
Your
just
mistake is
saying-
running Frost Defect when you should be running
Lightning.
No.
Lightning.
Plasma Dark Energy.
Plasma dark energy.
Oh.
Because you just stack yourself for the Dark Energy,
And then you trigger it twice.
and then you trigger it. And when you trigger it with Plasma. So that way, next time you trigger your Plasma, you get free energy back to put more Dark Energy into it, and then trigger your Plasma, and then trigger your Dark Energy, and you just keep doing damage.
Yeah, checks out. Math checks out.
Correct.
Oh. The Watcher.
70 strength.
Damn. With heavy strike, right?
Probably, yeah.
Head strike.
Oh, that's right. It magnifies strength or your strength
One
magnifies it by 5 times.
If you have it upgraded, it's 3
Yeah.
times if it's not upgraded.
Whew. Damn, that game.
And then I also had Powerful, I think it was.
Which one is that one?
Doubles your strength.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I had a bunch
Yeah.
of flex cards, and then I had a bunch of
Spot
spot
weakness.
weakness,
Mm,
and then I also had a bunch of strength artifacts.
Did you have the power too? They gave you strength every turn at the start of your turn.
Yeah,
3
I think
cost
it did.
oh yeah.
I had
yeah.
that one. I had
Demon form.
Demon form.
Demon form.
Yeah.
'Cause all of them have a form. I had demon form. I had the mummified hand,
Yeah.
and I had the one that makes like power start in your hand or a power start in your hand.
Yeah, innate or not
Demon
innate, but
form.
yeah.
And I had demon form upgraded. Easy peasy.
It's an easy deck. It's a hard deck to beat.
It's
And
a hard
also
deck to build.
Also,
Yeah.
also the block deck on him is so
Oh,
much fun. I
the
love
block deck.
The block deck is so much fun to
It's
do.
hard to
It's
set
so-
up. You gotta get barricaded just right. I mean, the one
gotta
that
get
where you don't remove
barricaded?
your shield
Yeah, you gotta get barricade and you gotta get body slam
in the panic button.
and the panic button. If you don't get any of those, you're
Or
fine.
impervious.
Impervious. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Panic button's the bad version of impervious.
You can't
It's
gain
like
block
you
for the
can't
next.
gain block for 3 turns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
60 block on panic button. How are you on impervious?
Impervious. Doubles your block?
No, impervious is barricade doubles. Or no, barricade makes it where it doesn't go away. I can't remember which one. I think barricade doubles.
Hmm. Whew.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
then-
hard deck to really get.
Yeah, and then you gotta get, but you gotta
There's so
trade out.
much,
You get
like-
like 2 or 3 body slams.
Body slam is how it basically works.
Yeah,
You
gotta
need
have
it,
body
yeah.
slam.
I love running 0 cost silence.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and then you just get fucked if you roll time lord.
Oh yeah.
You can't do much unless you got the artifacts that make your shivs insane.
Wait, can't run away from the time police.
You know the thing that sucks them. I swear the game is rigged. Because every single time I play, if I'm playing like a power deck, what is it? It's the Raven Lord. I sit there.
Well,
I'm
no,
playing
it is.
0 cost.
It is.
I
It's
know.
after you get past the first
First
boss,
stage.
yeah, the first boss, first area, whatever you want to call it, it does all the other bosses, the other 2 bosses, based on what cards you've built.
I did not know that. I
So
mean, that
you
makes
can
sense.
theoretically trick it as well. So
Yeah.
if you go in with a ton of power or a ton of power cards on to the second floor, and then from the second floor up, you just build like a bunch of zeros.
Mhm.
You won't get the time police. You'll get the fucking Raven
The
Lord.
time police. That just always gets me because whenever I play a defect, I always put like claw, low cost, and I always get the
The Raven Lord.
Time Lord.
Oh, defect's the best when you run a power deck on
I love
it. Straight
I do love running power.
infinite power, like dude.
You get Hello World and create AI.
That's right. It gives you a power at the start of your turn.
Hello World just gives you a power in general. It's just it's a 1 cost skill unless you upgrade, and that's a 0 cost skill.
Yeah, and then there's one where whenever you play a power, make a power in your hand 0 cost. Is that an artifact?
This is a card, I think. That's an artifact.
Okay.
Yeah,
Relic.
that's Mummified Hand. Whenever you play a power card, it makes a random card in your hand 0.
0.
And if you just got a ton of powers as a defect, and you just throw them all
Start
on.
shitting out powers.
It's really trolly, but a curse deck.
What?
A curse deck.
Oh, you're talking about stack yourself with curses
And get the you get the card that gives you strength based on how many curses.
It's an artifact. It's
Relic,
Lilith's Doll, I think is what it's called.
It's
Curse Doll.
Yeah, there you go, curse doll. Yeah, curse doll. Is it how much strength do you get?
It's so not worth it for what it gives.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. Look. It's curse deck, okay? How many people can say they've made a curse deck and won the game?
Winning the game is beating the heart.
Winning the game is beating the heart with all 4 on Ascension point.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you know how high I've gotten on my highest?
10.
Ascension 7.
Damn, I think Scott's got it 14.
I just stopped when I just get to
like
elite spawn.
Ironclad, and that's it.
That's what I'm on with Ironclad is like 7.
Oh, can't.
And then I'm on the Silent on like 5 or 6.
Silent stuff.
It's not tough because you got to get everything rolling smoothly. You got to adapt super quick.
Ooh. One of the achievements, and it sucks so much, but one of the achievements is have 3 cards in your win a boss with 3 cards in your discard, 3 cards in your deck, 3 cards in your hand, or something like that.
Win a boss with 3 cards maximum. So across your hand, discard, and deck, 3 cards.
It's possible when you get an infinite loop and you win the game.
It is possible, yeah.
Yeah, wait. Then we just get the time. What happens when you get the time away?
Well, you only got to beat 1 boss with it.
It's fair, you got a point.
There's another one that's played like 10 plus shiv cards.
Yeah.
I see it.
Oh, I can't remember all
It's
these
hard
achievements.
because you usually have too many shivs in your hand already. It's like
You'd have to get like, no, it's not 10 plus. It's too many.
something
shivs.
ridiculous. Yeah, you'd have to.
Because you got to get like 3 of the innate shiv cards of where it's like put a shiv in your hand at the start of every turn.
Yeah.
Then you got to draw like 2 or 3 of the
Blade Dance,
blade dance. Draw 3 shivs.
Mhm.
Then you got to have the ninja scroll, which is put 3 shiv cards into your hand at the start of the
You
game.
can't take backstab because it's innate and it's going to take up card space in your hand.
What is it?
We don't have to do it on the first turn.
I thought it meant like one hand.
It's 1 hand, but it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be the first turn.
Gotcha.
What's the power that allows you to draw shivs? You just play at 1 cost, you get 3 shivs into your hand.
Yeah,
And you take the power if you can get the relic. If you can somehow get the relic, that makes sure your shivs do like 5 extra
It
damage. or
does
something.
4 extra damage.
4.
Oh, that's right. The wrist blade. Yeah.
I think it's wrist blade.
Shit. Yeah. Shivs do extra damage.
And getting the
0 cost cards actually do extra damage.
Yeah, that's right. It's 0 cost.
All 0
cards.
cost cards do 4 extra damage.
Fucking insane.
What's the one where I think you were about to say it?
Boss relic too.
The relic that
That's what they're called.
You-
Relics.
Best relic in the game, membership card.
It is the best relic.
is that the one where the shop never?
No, everything's 50% off.
Isn't it the shop resets too?
There's one where I just know the shop
I think you get
resets.
one free shop refresh, and everything's 50% off.
It's unlimited.
Unlimited?
Wait, are you sure? I thought the relic is 20% and the shop always refreshes. Hard to say.
All I know is it's the best one.
Ooh, then the powers.
Relics all refresh too.
There's a
That's right.
there's a 1-2 where you get it. You play 3 attacks in a turn and you gain dexterity.
Yeah.
You gain
Strength
dexterity.
and dexterity.
Yeah, those 2
Both of
relics.
them.
Is one of them the fan?
One of them's the smooth stone, I think. No.
50%
So you start
All right,
using
here's what it does.
Ban and kunai.
50% discount on all products.
Throw it from kunai. That's what. Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay, so then the one that I'm
Maybe
thinking
it's
about is
Courier's
20%. That's exactly what I'm thinking of. Yeah, Courier's Mouse.
Yeah, here it is.
I knew the Courier's Mouse
20%,
also did
20%, yeah.
some discount.
And shop always refreshes, and I think
Getting both of them in the same run though.
that's luck.
The merchant no longer runs out of cards, relics, or potions, so when you buy it, it instantly refreshes.
Instantly refreshes.
It's a Courier Mouse. And prices are reduced by 20%.
And
Gotten
I
both.
think you can always.
Both.
I got both of them in the same
You
run
can just buy out all this.
with getting the normality event, where it's like it's the big like fight boss one or
yeah.
two
I know.
for a special relic, do this for a special thing. Getting 999 gold and 2 normalities. You know what normality
Yeah.
does?
You can only play 3 cards in a turn.
But get this. Go into that event. Take the normality. Because I've got Courier's Mouse and the membership card. Go into the next shop. Remove 1 normality. Look at the map. Oh, there's a shop 2 tiles down the road. Go into the next event. Oh, I'll still buy this. Because it's the event where it's like you can fight for a relic or leave. I was like, I'll leave.
Hey,
Go to the next shop, remove the last normality, buy every artifact that pops up until I run out of gold.
we keep calling it artifacts.
I do, and I will.
It's relics, homie.
I don't give a fuck. I bought them all.
But yeah.
I love also doing endless runs. Endless runs. I love doing endless runs. Just with no like goal in mind. I just wanted to collect all the artifacts at one point.
I didn't actually know there was an endless.
It's
Yeah,
in.
I don't think I've ever tried it.
I forget what it's called.
You make a custom one, I know.
Yeah, it's the custom.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You can set it to endless, and you can set all your parameters and shit like that. But play the base one with the endless run. It stops giving you relics. It starts giving you like a crown, and it just stacks, and it's just like you got all the relics.
A clown.
And then every time you run, you get the Ascension's whatever debuff.
A crown fit for a king.
For a king.
But yeah.
I love video games.
Yep.
I've been playing a lot of. My current obsession is LOR.
You've been playing TFT lately?
I've been actually playing a lot of. It's gonna sound weird. PBE. I somehow managed to get in there.
I've been playing some PBE as well on my own account.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, oh yeah, Cole. How many games have you?
Yeah, cool. How many games have you played with John on PBE?
On my account, 0. Devontae's 2.
Maybe you should get good.
Yeah, or maybe I should just blow $50 on Chinese accounts and play and try every single
Or
one.
you're gonna
until I
play?
get one that
Or you're gonna play
works.
Battle of the Golden Spatula, Cole? That's the Chinese PBE. Better learn Chinese, buddy.
Ooh. One thing though is Urgot needs a buff because he's just kind of there. Like, why would you go?
I always
Zahn?
feel like they come out with a forecast that just sucks.
Yeah.
Who was it in the last set?
Uh,
Do you even remember the forecast of the last set?
dude, it's so funny.
In
'cause
space, and we just.
I've forgotten them, man.
just like
All I remember.
Garen, yeah, Belveth, but she's kind of good.
No, Belveth wasn't not weak.
Belveth's not bad.
Belveth. Oh wait, all you remember is Belveth. Wait. Okay.
I'm talking about forecast.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. We're remembering all of them.
Garen.
Belveth and Garen.
That's right.
Ugh.
Oh my God. Hold on. Threat. They were
That was
threat.
so hard.
Was it?
Belveth was the threat.
Yeah.
There's a couple more threats to forecast. I think what's his name?
Zach
No,
was
he's-
a threat.
Yeah, but now he's just a
Sort of
passive, or not a passive, but yeah, a trait. There you go, trait bonus.
Jin.
Jin is he? This is. What's his ult?
His ult, I think.
I think it's just auto attacks, actually.
Yeah, that's right. He was just autos, and so he didn't.
In the old set.
Damn, it's funny how fast we forgot.
Yeah.
Set.
The new set's so much better.
It really is. It's got so much more.
New set, you
Oh.
got Urgot, Gwen.
It's forgettable, was it? No one ever goes Riftwalker. You know, it's just kind of there, but Riftwalker is where
A
you
ton of
get.
people went Riftwalker.
I
I saw it in every game.
You get the
You
copy
did?
of. That's right.
It never really, for me, it just never really felt like it did anything.
Dude, running full mascot Riftwalker was disgusting.
Yeah, because you get Zach.
All I had were people running. Was it standard Mega Prime?
Yeah, mech primes were
Just-
big too.
Always
I hate mechs.
Mech Prime. I wish they
get that
did it.
Leona. You know.
That's right, Leona.
That was 5 cost.
Now they just got Lux, which is just a better Leona.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're up against like
Ooh.
Baron Asher
That's
with a
ass.
3
Yeah.
with the 3 fast logs or 3
Execute.
star logs.
Was it Execute that heals you for 20% of your maximum health? And was his health and AP scale based on the star level of your void?
Yeah, the thing is, he had no 3-star voids.
He's just that good.
Bullshit.
What come on. Every two autos he casts his spell.
I am ulting with the Lux.
Also,
Yeah, he's ulting with a
With the
3-star Lux.
I have no idea if the Baron Nashor is gender neutral or, what's it affiliated?
I believe it's a she.
I'll have to get back to you guys. So it might be
I
a
think
she.
it is a she.
I'll look it up.
Baron, the Herald. Oh, that's pretty good. I like how easy it is to get Radiance now. Well, actually, the Demacia passive gives you your strongest character a Radiant. Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
what it's called.
For some reason, they made it to where Lux, her ult also, beyond just dealing massive amounts of damage, every second she has it trained on someone, she decreases their magic resist. I think base, it's like 15 a second, 15 magic resist drained a second.
Oh, so she cut. That's pretty
So
good.
here's some of the answers to what is the Baron Asher's gender. Yes. The gender of Baron Asher is shitpost. Baron is the name of a void giant's penis. Worms don't have genders. #science. The same gender as fiddlesticks. Here's another answer. What is the gender of Baron Asher? Probably.
Possibly. Nice, informative.
Yeah.
Here's the last one that I'll just say Baron Asher is a male for. Well, the Baron on Summoner's Rift isn't the entire Baron Asher. And Baron is a giant worm that spews liquid all over people. So,
Make your conclusion. Giant worms.
I still like the skins that they'd, what is it, for like MSI or stuff like that?
yeah,
How
I
they
noticed
do
they did more shit like that.
skins, yeah. My favorite one was when it was red.
Bloodman?
No, I'm not sure. I can't remember when, but at one point,
I missed Santa Baron.
with the hats. What was it? I'm annoyed. I'm so annoyed. I could never play the game during the winter
Really?
when it had the winter skin on.
The winter skin was the best. I miss that.
Pain.
I miss when Riot did like fun things for events and not just release a shitty visual novel.
Blood Moon. You remember Blood Moon?
Yeah, I love
What is
Blood
it?
Moon. I love that game.
Blood Moon went bad. I just like the Blood Moon art style.
Yeah.
But what was it? You could
Now they got Snow Moon.
what was it? You kill someone and then you go invisible or
It
something?
was all the assassins.
Yeah.
If you killed enough people, you got the like Rengar buff essentially.
That's right.
You just get a ton of move speed, sprint across the map, and just like delete someone. So much fun.
You're drunk. bad callback.
Oh, that's okay. That's for when you play 2 players. I was about to say that's fucking happy.
That's what we call a swing and a miss, boys. I'll do better with my jokes. Blood Moon, PvE, what was it? The Rebel?
Odyssey event.
Odyssey, there you go.
Rebel was what they called in
They called them in the TFT.
yeah, in the third set.
Then there's Star Guardian one. That one was really cool.
Defensive Valorant City?
I think so. One where you had the invasions. It was like one where you had to sit there and you had to stay within the circle.
It was good. I missed that. I loved all the augments you can get for whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
The Odyssey event. Holy shit. They can augment all their abilities. Get Malphite to where instead of like he just goes a short distance and knocks out, he just tackles them into the nearest wall.
I honestly can't remember that.
That and the Yasuo tornadoes going all directions. Those are the only two I remember.
Oh, okay. All right. Dang. You had like Ziggs.
Ziggs Q, I think, would also go all directions.
Whew. Still want Nexus Blitz.
Yeah. Game mode. I want that 2v2v2. That's going to be so much fun. I didn't know they were adding augments to it. But for the most part on comfort games, that's about it. We talked about everybody's like personal preference to it. Mine being somewhat like active life sims. Cole's being
turn-based strategy.
Correct. And then Devontae's being
LOR currently.
There you go.
Kurtz.
Guess what I'm about to play after this?
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, chances are, because, it depends if the PBE's actually going to be.
That's going to be fine for me.
Didn't they fix it? Weren't they supposed to fix the login thing on Monday?
They were supposed to do it on Monday, but I mean, he was still having trouble with it.
I just tried to log in while we were doing the podcast, and it's still crashing.
Yeah. Anyways, that's going to be it for this week. Next week, we got a really fun one. It's going to be our first anime analysis. First time we actually talk about solely anime. And we're going to be doing the first season of Code Geass, which is Lelouch the Rebellion Part 1. It's going to be the show, not the movies. So stay tuned for that.
Classic, too. Also,
such a classic.
It's important because this is kind of like the show that's essentially everyone who's watched anime has either heard of it in some way or form, or they've, watched it. It's become that much of a staple in like anime like culture. Mm-hmm. That's something you have to kind of watch. You have to see it.
Yeah, agreed. So if you guys come back and see that episode, fair warning. I'm giving you this a week ahead, week in advance, and I'll be giving it to you when the episode starts. Spoiler warning abound. This will be the first of 2 that you will get. Anyways, if you enjoyed this episode, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Tell us what your favorite comfort game is, what you love to play after a long day of work, come home, sit down, and just numb your brain. But that'll do it for me and all of us here. My name is AJ.
Cole.
Devontae.
And this has been Midnight Coffee Shop. Hope you have a great night. Good evening and good night.